And time for morning coffee.
And time for me in a little bit to put the certificate for Julie Bryant from B-Way. She was our Mystery Voice winner this morning. So, can you see the red in my sweatshirt?
Wow. I don't think there's anyone that could miss the red in your sweatshirt. That is bright.
This is from Illinois State University, the Fighting Cardinals.
Is it up Northern Illinois?
That's Redbirds.
Northern Illinois.
Fighting
Illinois State
Redbirds.
is Redbirds.
Who's the Cardinal? Oh, North City, Omaha infield.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, yesterday I had a tough time on this program as I walked out of the studio realizing that I had called South America a country. And I just started off with a little faux pas, saying that, anyway, it's the Fighting Redbirds. So, ladies and gentlemen, in today's program, I have some outstanding news items for you concerning Chick-fil-A, NASCAR, Thanksgiving stores that are closed on Thanksgiving Day, Ken.
Yay.
We will brighten up your day. Leeds University, the Macy's Day Parade, plus later in this program, we will talk about a song that went number one on the national charts in 1967 on this day that was co-written by a person I understand from Fairfield, Illinois.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I'd always heard this.
My interest is piqued. How about you, Mark?
So we're going to milk this
eyebrows are raised.
So we will milk this program as long as we can do.
Well, I don't know if you can get past.
We will milk this mouse for as much as we can.
If you can get past Chick-fil-A and NASCAR in 1 hour, I don't think it could be done.
What was the trivia question yesterday? How many glasses of milk does a cow give in its lifetime?
Yeah.
Do you remember the answer?
7 million.
200,000. You said 7. You said 7 million. It was 200,000. So anyway, here we are, morning show, the show about nothing. But here's the good news about Chick-fil-A. There's a World War II veteran. He's 92 years old in Avon, Ohio. Not sure where Avon is, but it doesn't matter. He has been eating lunch at Chick-fil-A nearly every weekday for the past year. So guess what Chick-fil-A decided to do for Ernie?
They gave him a lifetime supply of Chick-fil-A's?
They did.
Oh.
He never, ever has
That's awesome.
pay for another meal at Chick-fil-A. He would go in alone and usually joined by an employee. He still drives, still mows his lawn with a push mower, and
you say Ernie's been going in 5 times a week?
Every weekday.
Yeah,
yes.
That's going to increase to about 14 times a week.
And he'll have all kinds of friends.
Well, they told him
Good for them, though. Good for them.
They told him about the idea on Veterans Day, and he said, well, I don't know that I deserve a free meal. But here's what's neat. He can have anything on the menu, but every day he orders chicken nuggets kids meal with a root beer. He says they have the best root beer anywhere. So
That's awesome.
Ernie,
Okay. Yeah,
good
that's,
old.
that's awesome.
I
You're
love
right.
stories like that.
Yeah. And Chick-fil-A, we were in Evansville Saturday having lunch with our daughter, husband, and 6-year-old Livewire. And we had to drive there on the Lloyd.
The Lloyd.
The double L.
And Chick-fil-A had cars backed up farther than you should be.
Had cars backed up than Taco Tierra at lunchtime.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Or backed up.
Taco Tierra-ish.
What'd you say yesterday? Tuscola, they were backed up
Yes.
on I-57 to get to the...
All the way
that's
up,
not
all the way up
That's
the
not a
exit.
mall, is it?
Well,
It's an outlet
termed
mall.
an outlet mall.
Yeah.
Okay. Because a mall is enclosed. Where's the biggest mall in the country?
Mall of America in
yeah.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Correct.
I was
Have
going to
you-
say Minneapolis.
Have you been there?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
I have.
I mean, intentionally?
With my wife. I was there on a business trip, and she went with me, and it's impressive.
Yeah. It's probably staying open, not closing like the Illinois Center.
I don't know.
I would hope.
Malls appear to be out of fashion right now.
That big one over there at St. Louis closed. The Mills, remember that?
As a matter of fact,
last year before last, they closed that one down.
What about the Galleria? Is it still going strong?
Yeah.
Wasn't that in Chesterfield? Or
we were out at the Mills because
starts with a B.
Baldwin?
No, not Baldwin.
Yeah.
Tom would know.
We were actually at St. Louis
Brontenac?
Not Brontenac.
Brontenac.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. Oh, well. Good news that's good news for.
That is good.
Have you noticed, though, that the Chick-fil-A signs, billboard signs on the highway do not teach spelling?
Nope.
They spell
chicken.
Well, their motto or their mission statement, eat more chicken, CHIKIN. So.
I'll tell you a story about a Chick-fil-A story.
But it makes you remember.
We're talking about
yeah.
We were on business and had a business trip, and we walked out of the hotel, walked over to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and asked the manager to call us a cab. And he said, "Where are you headed?" I said, "Head to the airport, catch a flight." And he says, "We'll get in." He said, "I'll take you."
All right.
I said, "No, that's not necessary." He said, "No, I insist." Again, something you totally didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
We were at Evansville one day, pouring down rain, pulled into the parking lot, knock on the window. There's 2 employees there with these huge umbrellas. Totally unexpected, but tell you what, I'm telling you about it right now, aren't I?
2 words, customer service. And would you guys agree that if you have a good experience at a restaurant or a bad experience at a restaurant, which story are you going to most likely repeat?
Usually the bad one.
Usually the bad one.
Yeah.
So you hear more bad reviews than you do good reviews.
So it's good that we're talking about, and there are other restaurants that will knock themselves out. The Galleria in St. Louis is in Richmond Heights.
Richmond Heights.
Starts with a B.
Yep.
Yeah.
Richmond Heights.
Richmond Heights.
Because you can go to the Galleria to get some britches. That's why they're at Richmond Heights.
Britches.
I told you what.
Have you been there lately?
Mine are Huskies.
It's all hoop to do. You know, you got to have your pinky sticking up when you go eat lunch at the Galleria anymore.
Is that where the Cheesecake Factory is?
It's in that area.
I wish they'd expand their menu a little.
It's a tome.
Oh my God.
They bring it out on one of those shopping carts because it's so heavy.
It's like reading War and Peace.
How about the melting pot?
Oh, love the melting pot.
What is the melting pot?
It's a fondue restaurant.
All right.
Is there a
Kathy,
suburb?
take David to the melting pot.
Is there a suburb over there called Fondue? Or is it something like that?
No idea.
Fondue.
Yeah.
Fond du Lac.
Lac.
That's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that is. That's fine.
I'm sorry, Wisconsin.
It's right. That's another thing. It's not Wisconsin because there's no Eastconsin.
Yep.
It's Wisconsin. So Richmond Heights, I know it well. Anyway, that's
apparently you don't know it that well.
The melting pot. The melting pot is a high-priced fondue restaurant.
Down on the U City Loop.
I think I've been to a cheese factory in Indianapolis, but they serve a lot more. Oh my gosh, I mean, that menu.
It's insane.
Speaking of the U City Loop, have you eaten at Blueberry Hill down there or Fitz's?
Yes, I have.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
Why would I want to go into the melting pot when I can eat at Blueberry Hill?
Or Fitz's.
Yes.
I had a chance to see Chuck Berry perform at Blueberry Hill before he passed away.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's not fondue, it's Ladue.
Okay.
The suburb is Ladue. We saw Chuck Berry on a hay wagon performing at SIU Carbondale in the fall of 1970. Or 71. 70. Fall of 1970. Chuck Berry was playing the guitar, one of these flatbed deals. and that was fun.
Now, was Bill Wyman his bass player?
No, Bill Wyman's bass player for the Rolling Stones, and he's from the country South America.
And we learned that yesterday.
We did.
And the Cheesecake Factory is in Chesterfield.
That's what I said. It's in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are messing with my mind.
I mean, they bring you these huge portions and then and you can't walk out of there without cheesecake.
It's like going to Lotta Wada Creek over there at Fairview Heights.
Don't order one sandwich for you and your friend.
That's exactly right.
The French fries they bring out in a wheelbarrow.
You said that wrong. Order one sandwich for you and your friends.
Okay, that too. Good point. Good. Why do restaurants serve, on average, huge amounts?
Value. Value.
Yeah, but
because people have that impression. The more you get,
Well, TGI Fridays a couple of 3 years ago came out with a menu, a part of the menu, a section on the menu that was, smaller portions and lower price. Haven't heard too much more about it.
Nope.
But
I don't know.
Well, we solved that. So congrats, Chick-fil-A. Congrats to World War II vet Ernie, who will never pay again for his chicken nuggets, kids meal, and a root beer.
If I saw that story on TV or any story about a veteran, and who listening can watch these veterans returning home, those and not cry.
Yep.
I cry like a baby every time.
It's tough.
I love it.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Nixon stepped up the bombing of North Vietnam and shared Time Magazine's Man of the Year award with Henry Kissinger? After our first nighttime launch, Apollo 17 made our final flight to the moon.
3, 2, 1, ignition. Burn away, Houston.
Former President Harry Truman died at 88. The Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team in 30 years to finish a regular season undefeated. We saw the last Dick Cavett show on ABC, the last weekly issue of Life, and heard new songs like these on the radio.
Oh, what a sweet surrender. Rocking Mountain High. The world is a better superstition ain't the way. Oh, super fly. Dancing in the moonlight. You're the keeper of the castle. Do it again. I wanna be with you. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't laugh. Go living in the past.
Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Save money on quality discount groceries found only at your Save-A-Lot store in Fairfield. Now through Saturday, a pint package of grape tomatoes, 79 cents each. 3-pack of colored peppers, $1.99 each. USDA Select Beef T-Bones at $5.99 a pound. And 5-pound ground beef chub, $8.45. Price is good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main and Fairfield.
December 1972. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Billy Paul and Me and Mrs. Jones, the top song of December 1972. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
This is the show about nothing. Morning Coffee, streaming on YouTube and live on the station listened to, not just heard, WFIW.
All right, so apparently they had not expanded the Super Bowl into January of the following year at that point.
Yep.
Stand corrected.
NASCAR is open to wholesale changes for the year 2020 that could include everything from doubleheaders, midweek races, a tightened schedule, shorter races, and even a potential shared event schedule with IndyCar.
I think NASCAR, their viewer ratings has been dropping.
They
just a
have a
little bit in
downturn.
recent years.
Attendance is deplorable. It's awful.
They have a downturn. And I think some of the big boys that used to be the sponsors, I can't remember. Of course, STP, I guess, is still in there.
Lowe's is getting out, and they have sponsored Jimmy Johnson for a number. I used to be a huge fan. They have gone the same thing happened to them that happened to IndyCar. They went with a cookie cutter type car, the same engine, same. It's the same car, and I know the driver has the biggest influence on it, but nobody can relate anymore.
Yeah.
NASCAR officials
They went with a Toyota, didn't they? Wasn't it a
Yeah,
Toyota
Toyota's
for a while?
in it.
Yeah.
NASCAR officials are saying that their fan base is saying they would like to see more short track racing, they want to see more road courses, and they want to see less cookie cutter tracks.
Yeah, there you go.
Which would open it up to more injury and mayhem.
Now, if they had a figure eight, a
Might be
flat
fun.
figure eight.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember back when you were young, the little cars that raced on the figure eight track? Slot cars.
Yeah, slot cars.
Oh, yeah.
And there at one time, this is probably when I was in grade school, so it's been a real long time ago. But there about where Carnaby Square is,
Yep.
Was it Jim Musgrave Sr.
Yes.
and Mike Sullivan had a racetrack there, and it was over the holidays, I remember. And going in there, and everybody had their little slot
Everybody
cars.
got one for Christmas,
Yes.
and it was awesome.
That was
It's a
fun.
huge
but
track.
I remember they used to have tournaments, slot car race tournaments.
But now it's all on the video screen, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Where-
You can still buy slot car tracks, though, just as you can still buy electric football sets. Yep.
Did you ever have an HO scale railroad?
Oh, absolutely.
Those were fun.
Those were fun.
I
You
hate
put
to-
the little tablets in the smokestack, and they would.
I hate to say this at this point, but I have one right now.
Well, that's great.
Nothing wrong with that.
My grandson loves it. We put it together. We have to take it down to put up our Christmas village, but
Is your village up?
yes.
When'd you put that up? July 4th?
No, last weekend.
Oh.
How come you don't run the track around the Christmas village?
Well, because the guy standing there waving at his friends is bigger than the train is. It just
Okay.
doesn't lend to a.
So you
good
need some
scale.
of those L scales or
Yes,
N scales.
Exactly.
NASCAR is looking with their broadcast partners and with their tracks and with their teams and drivers to get input on what each of them thinks would be an ideal schedule. They're doing fan research, and they want to get that downturn into an upturn. So
There
We'll
used to
see.
be a NASCAR driver back in, I think, in the 40s or 50s. He drove an entire race, and his thing was he'd drive with his arm out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a monkey in the car with him.
with a grinder.
Now, see if they did something like that. I'd watch.
Folks, you've got to have. Well, we talked.
I can't hardly watch NASCAR because I get dizzy. Because it's you know.
Have you been to several NASCAR
Oh,
races?
I've been to some NASCAR races. I have a good friend who broadcasts for NASCAR.
I've been to some drag races back in the day, early 90s with the speed shop, and that's exciting. But do not stand immediately behind where they launch. Little bits of rubber get on your glasses.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't on your glasses, it'd be getting into your eyes.
Well,
So
and do you guys?
now, when you see the guys start going like that, you best do the same thing.
Do you remember
Has your mouth open?
Yeah.
north of Hobstadt, Tri-State Speedway?
Yeah. Still going strong.
Okay, that's what do they race there? Is that like the World of Outlaws?
World of Outlaws, modifieds, things like that.
So our girls were young at the time, and they wanted to go over there. So I thought, okay, this will be fun. So the 5 of us loaded up. We pull in there. None of us have been there before. And we found a real good parking spot. It was close to the track at one end there, but there weren't any other cars there. But it didn't say you can't park here. So we parked there. And
This spot reserved for Dave Landon's
That's right.
family.
this spot reserved for an idiot.
For rookies.
So we park and go in and sit down. I'll tell you,
First
really,
timers.
this is back in the 80s. and it was like $12 a head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So $60 so anyway, we'd had our fill. The girls we couldn't see out of our windshield. It had mud and dirt all over the car. Now, I know I'm not the only.
Did you demand your money back?
No.
I bet you did, didn't you?
No, I didn't want anybody to see me. So I said, Kathy, you drive. They'll think you pulled in here. That didn't work.
Get the ice scraper out.
Oh, Lord, ice scraper. I needed a drill hammer. So much for parking. Okay, Ken, yesterday you alluded to the fact, what about Thanksgiving and shopping?
I hate it when stores are open on Thanksgiving.
Funny you should mention that because a growing number of stores have chosen in past years to open for Thanksgiving, hoping to get a head start on Black Friday. Well, this year at least 5 dozen retail chains are taking a stand against that holiday shopping trend.
Good for them.
Good for them.
For
Absolutely.
example, Staples, they had late Thanksgiving hours in 13 and 14. They did an about face 3 years ago. They remain closed this year.
How much Black Friday shopping can you do at Staples?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Maybe a
Okay,
Get Post-it notes for 50% off.
stocking stuffer.
And get a staple. Get a stapler.
This package of Post-it notes will cover a normal size refrigerator.
There you go.
Okay, but here's the website if you want to find out all the stores that are closed Thanksgiving. It's called bestblackfriday.com.
All right.
There's like, what did I say, 5 dozen? That's
You said 5 dozen.
60? How am I doing?
That's a bunch.
60?
You
Bestblackfriday.com.
There's also a site, a page on Facebook. It's Boycott Black Thursday. Then they have updates about stores that are going to be closed on Thanksgiving.
You know, there are exceptions. Would you agree? And here's an example. Let's say that you and your spouse or loved one cannot shop Friday or Saturday or Sunday but you could shop Thursday, and some of the stores are open, and your family's not with you, so you'd go shop.
Well, there are some stores that are open, and I appreciate that because we had a situation a few years ago where we had to go shopping on Thursday for a Thanksgiving dinner, believe it or not. We had an emergency and couldn't get to where we were going for Thanksgiving, so we had to run to a grocery store that was open, and buy a full Thanksgiving meal at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was very thankful that store was open because otherwise we'd have been
The pharmacies?
we'd have
I
been
can
at the truck
understand that.
stop.
Pharmacy, sure. I think Save-A-Lot's open
8 to noon.
8 to noon
Yeah.
tomorrow for those last-minute shoppers.
Did you know that Thanksgiving Day is the largest sales day of the year for Cracker Barrel?
No, I can believe it.
People going in to eat, and also their carry-out business
Uh-huh.
is significant then.
Last time I ate at it was last weekend. We ate at Cracker Barrel, and boy, they were pushing pies, man. $8.99 a piece for a pie.
Dave and I have a friend who is nearing retirement, and I believe that's going to be his second career, if I'm not mistaken.
He wants to be where you go in and the person says how many
Yeah.
how many in your party.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he wants
Agreed.
to do.
Exactly.
That's what he wants to do.
He will be 4-star within a month.
I think he'll do a good job.
Oh, I think
he's had to interact with people over
And
the
see,
years.
I'm not a big fan of Cracker Barrel. Not necessarily because of the food. It's because if I go in there and we buy a meal and say it's $20,
Yeah.
my meal is not actually $20. My meal is going to be $60.
Yep. I know what you're saying.
It's the after eating shopping.
It's too quiet in Cracker Barrel for me. What's your favorite? When you order at Cracker Barrel, what do you get? Same thing?
No, I vary
Special of
things
the
up.
day?
No, I never get the special of the day. I like their fried chicken.
I always get a salad.
I get the country ham.
Salad with fat-free dressing.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
I believe it's December 8th.
I think that's right.
Yep.
I think it's December 8th. I'll tell you what, we will find out, and you keep listening, and we're going to take a break here in a minute. We'll find out, and we'll pass that information along. Can you do that? Oops.
Apparently so.
Sounds like all my friends are calling.
We'll take a break.
Mother Nature always has a way of delivering a few surprises. That's why your Nutrient Ag Solutions retailer is always standing by. Formerly serving you as Crop Production Services, we're the same faces you've relied on for years, but now more capable than ever, no matter what comes your way. Delivering access to the resources of the world's largest ag retailer with local growing guidance and expertise. We're more than an unwavering partner. We're the first choice in the field to help you get the most out of yours.
A farm equipment auction will be held in West Salem in the parking lot across from the old Champion Lab building on Tuesday, November 20th at noon. Bethany Rotrammel, seller. A Case Combine, Case and John Deere tractors, a John Deere planter, and a 95 Ford grain truck with other miscellaneous farm equipment will be available. Online bidding available at biddercall.com. Please plan to attend Tuesday, November 20th at noon, Northwest Street in West Salem in the old Champion Labs building parking lot. Rothrock Auctions. Mark Rothrock, auctioneer.
Google, the company that virtually owns every single move you make on the internet, advertises on TOC Radio. Geico, the insurance outfit run by Warren Buffett, does the same. Home Advisor, Hotwire, Hulu, Netflix, Angie's List, Zillow, Hotels.com, Amazon, Priceline, and Wayfair all advertise on Mass Reach Radio, TOC Radio. Those companies only exist on the internet. What do they know that you may not? Internet-targeted advertising is weak at establishing new customers. For new customers, they turn to mass reach media like TOC Radio. They know if the consumer knows you before they need you, you get the click more often. Internet advertising is a perfectly viable way to advertise. But if someone tells you to throw all your advertising on the internet, tell them you will. Just as soon as Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Larry Page do the same. TOC Radio. Mass media.
About a year ago, I lost my health benefits when switching jobs. I had to start buying my own health insurance. Things were starting to get real for me. Luckily, I got an awesome rate through Health Alliance. And they offer free virtual visits, local gym discounts, and a great mobile app. Plus, I know I'm covered if anything happens. Want to see how much you'll save? Visit healthalliance.org/plans. Open enrollment is November 1st through December 15th. Health Alliance. Insurance for real life.
You'll be rocking the shopping this Black Friday and Small Business Saturday at Carnaby Square. 20% off all outerwear coats and 20% off all yellow tags. Black Friday, save 10% off any black clothing items. Small Business Saturday, receive Brighton's jewelry cleaner free with the purchase of 2 regular price Brighton pieces. Both days, stop in and register to win their newest Lucky Bird tee, Kubi bra, and Great One Divine tees. The Carnaby Square girls will also be introducing Brighton's Locket program to their customers. It's the perfect personalized gift this Christmas. Support Fairfield's small businesses this season. Shop small.
The phone number to call in is 842-3715. Now, back to Morning Coffee on WFIW, YouTube, and WFIWradio.com.
Thanksgiving, and Ken and grandsons are going to go to
The
Shrine Circus.
Yeah.
And my event on Thursday is something I always listen to or watch after I listen to ABBA's greatest hits. I turn on the TV and watch the Macy's Day Parade.
We're going to miss part of it this year.
Well, the story here is could be the third coldest on record, or second coldest on record, and the winds may ground the giant balloons. What do they have? What are those balloons they have?
They've got different ones every year.
Charlie Brown, the Grinch, and my favorite, SpongeBob SquarePants. But if they have, if the winds exceed 23 miles an hour and the gusts are past 34, none of this year's 16 character balloons will be allowed to soar. It could be the third coldest Thanksgiving in New York history. The most frigid was 19 degrees in 1901.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Thank you. Is the Brickyard 400 still a big deal?
It is.
Yeah.
But I don't think their attendance is. I don't think they released their attendance figures. But I mean, there were a lot of seats, empty seats in the straightaway.
Mhm.
I mean, the primo seating area.
I had always heard, I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but a lot of people go there just to party.
No, it's like the Kentucky Derby.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Who's been to the Kentucky Derby?
Is that a hat? Is that a hat?
Have you been in the infield?
Oh, that's where I only go to the infield. That's
I
fun.
went there. I never saw a horse the entire day.
Nah. Times I've been, I have not seen the race at all.
No.
Can I make a little housekeeping announcement here?
Please do.
Our callers are not going out over our video.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know how we correct that. Had two people say the callers
either
aren't
one
going
of them.
out. Yeah. So
it'd be tough to send them out over video since they're.
Well, I mean,
on
the
phone,
audio on
so.
the video watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll do some checking.
We'll do some checking. Okay, guys, let's get something that's really hard to make up. You ever heard of a university called Leeds Trinity University?
It's in England, right?
You bet.
Okay.
UK. Well, journalism professors at Leeds have been instructed not to use certain words in case they frighten sensitive students.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Is Ewan's one of them?
Ewan's. You know, I spent a long time when I first moved to Illinois, southern Illinois, thinking that somebody was talking about that family from Dallas.
The Ewings.
Ewan's going to watch. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to watch that or not.
Ewans and
I have
Essence.
no idea.
Well, at Leeds University, the use of capital letters has been banned.
Are you kidding me?
Here's a caller, and we hope this goes out.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. Do you remember if we had a Dog and Suds in Fairfield?
All right, we will answer that on the air.
Okay, thank you.
The caller wants to know if we had a Dog and Suds in Fairfield. Now,
We had both Dog and Suds.
I don't know if he's kidding or not.
Yeah.
But the answer is yes, and it was started by Jim Griffith.
Okay. There are still a few Dog and Suds around.
There's one in Robinson.
There's one in Robinson. There's one in Lafayette, Indiana. And those are the only two
You
that
know, that
I
neon
know of.
sign at the one at Robinson.
Used to be one at Charleston, but they closed it for an O'Reilly's.
The one at Robinson, I can imagine what that neon sign's worth because that's the original.
Oh, yeah.
Original sign. It's been there for years.
Dr. Gershenson.
Remember the cars they used to have parked out in front?
Oh, yeah.
The one in Lafayette, Indiana has one of those cars.
Dr. Gershenson would call it the Hot Dog and Suds.
Hot Dog.
You boys go with the Hot Dog and Suds?
All right. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Oh, I thought it was Earl Shehorn.
No, Jim Griffith started it. He's an alderman now, isn't he?
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
still alderman.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Okay, so anyway, at Leeds University, use of capital letters has been banned, as well as the overuse of the words do and don't, because using those capital letters and those words can cause anxiety in students and lead to academic failure.
Well, Yoda would never make it then. Because what he says, there is no do or do not.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Or
think
try.
that's bad, the University of Manchester, also in England, their student union made global headlines after voting to ban clapping and cheering at certain events in order to avoid triggering those with anxiety or sensory issues. So now, you know what they do? They use jazz hands.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we talked about it. I remember talking about that. Now, back on the Leeds thing, how is it going to scare someone if you have capital letters involved?
Well, if you get a text or an email with all caps, they're shouting at you. They're intense in their message.
Really? I
yes.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
With me, I'm either trying to watch the highway or...
But
I had no idea.
Here's for those of you listening out there that don't know what jazz hands are.
Show us, Dave. You're on. I've got you on here.
Hey, you did tap dancing.
It's a gesture in which the hands are waved rapidly to and fro with the palms facing forward and the fingers splayed like this. you can do jazz hands, but you can't clap because it causes anxiety.
Okay.
Causes sensory. I can't make that up.
No, you cannot make that one up.
So, anyway, that's
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Boy, we've covered the game.
Jazz hands.
And
I love it.
Jazz hands. Tap dancing to ABBA while using jazz hands. Dave, show us.
I got a text message the other day from somebody who said, Dave, hang in there. I too like ABBA.
Male or female?
Male.
Oh.
He is now one of my buds. Always was, but more so.
Man card revoked.
No.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
I am proud.
Because he tap dances and he just did jazz hands.
I only tap danced
in front of the camera.
I only tap danced when I was about 6 years old for a very short time. I liked the shoes because they had taps on the toes and the heels. They were loud. You could not sneak
So
up.
Thursday, whenever Kathy brings the turkey out and sets it on the table, everybody there is going to go. They can't clap.
Jazz hands.
Dave, would you kindly lead us in jazz hands?
Well, it would be quietly lead us in jazz hands.
Would you kindly give the maker of this meal some jazz hands?
I remember going to a tennis tournament.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you were making the turkey.
I am. He didn't know what he was talking about.
But you just said when Kathy you're going to make her bring it out of the kitchen.
Well, usually.
I'm cooking the turkey this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And then I will let it rest.
For 2 days.
No.
Out on the counter.
After you take it out of the roaster, it rests for 30 minutes. I take my electric knife that I clean fish with, and I've got it's a clean one. Carve the turkey, put it in a crock pot with all the juices, put it in the refrigerator. Thursday morning, heat it up. Folks, it's like vegetable soup. It has had time to season with all the juices. It's wonderful. I'm not into the presentation, obviously. And I will get jazz hands.
Sitting in cold water in the sink, waiting for my smoker.
And you're supposed to change the water if you thaw it in the sink every 30 minutes.
Okay.
Then my water bill goes up.
Yeah.
Not every 30 days, but every 30 minutes.
I'll be right back. I've got to go change my water, my turkey water.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, that's the rule.
My mother would sit one out for an entire day in the same water. She'd add water to it, but
yeah.
When I thawed a turkey, frozen turkey, a couple of years ago, I changed the water about every hour, and it took about 4 or 5 hours. It was only a 14-pounder. So
mine's going into a brine.
Out on the
no, you put it in salt water and brown sugar.
Are you going to do the rub? You going to do a rub?
I inject.
Oh, you inject? Okay.
What do you do to the turkey?
Oh, see, we did a rub with a turkey a few years ago. Smoked a turkey with a rub, and it had brown sugar and cinnamon.
To get it under the skin.
Oh yeah,
that's hard to do.
It's hard to do, but we did it.
It's time consuming, but well worth it.
Yeah.
What do you inject? Like orange juice?
It's pretty secret. It's Cajun.
Can you discuss it or
butter?
Yeah. I'm going to put
mostly butter, melted butter.
I'm probably going to put in an entire stick of butter in the cavity of the turkey,
and,
along with
citrus,
a lemon, and orange.
Yep. Good call.
And then I have salt and pepper and onion powder or onion salt on the rub. Folks, it's going to be a slice of heaven.
It will be.
Okay, after the break, we have some fun with trivia. You guys are looking as sharp as a tack, and I'm going to tell you about a top 40 song that has some local connection.
Hi, I'm Jenny, manager of a brand new store in town called Big Deals. It's not a brick and mortar store, but rather an online marketplace. What makes this place so great is it's filled with gift certificates to local businesses in town. Shop local, buy local, and save money. That's our motto. Big Deals. It's kind of a big deal.
Look for Big Deals on our website at WFIWradio.com. Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile and products that provide the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see Randy Hallam or John Ametter at Tucker Hallam Insurance in Wayne City. They will provide you with the financial protection and peace of mind you need and deserve. Tucker Hallam Insurance and Pekin. Beyond the expected.
The diagnosis of cancer can be a sudden and fearful step into the unknown. The doctors and team at SSM Health Cancer Care in Mount Vernon want to assure you this is news you don't have to face alone. They're committed to pinpointing your cancer and then helping you overcome it, with the expertise and technology to develop a treatment plan just for you. To learn more, visit ssmhealth.com/cancerillinois.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Jared Voppel's on the phone from Voppel's Home Furnishings in McLeansboro. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I heard you was talking about all that turkey. You was making me hungry a while ago. I was see on the way to the stores.
All right.
So ready for Turkey Day again.
You betcha. And you know what? Speaking of Turkey Day, and you always associate football with Thanksgiving. And with football, you always associate recliners with watching football, and you can pick them one up there just ahead of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we got a lot of great recliners, reclining sofas, love seats, a lot of neat stuff. There's been, I know folks, they come in my store, especially over the last few months, and I show them some of the things that we've got available for them to be comfortable in, and that it blows people's minds anymore a lot. Our Southern Motion line with power headrest, also So Cozy built into many of them. It's pretty phenomenal, and if you've not ever tried it, you should come by and check it out. You can go on our Facebook page, see some videos of a few people on there trying them out. There's one on there, Lynn Wells, used to be there with you guys. Got him in a chair with So Cozy in it, trying it out. He was pretty impressed. But we got a lot of great deals going on. If you're out there in the market looking for something new for your home, I invite you to come by and see us. We do appreciate everybody that does come see us. We was looking at numbers yesterday. We're on a record-breaking year again for our business, and I think 6 straight years. And appreciate everybody that does come see us, and do want to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving, and hope that everybody's family's doing well, and the Lord blesses you. And but if you are out there and in the market for something new, ask you to come by and see us here on the south side of the square in McLeansboro. We got a lot of new furniture, new appliances, new bedding, adjustable beds, lift chairs. Pretty popular time right now that a lot of times family members come in, they see that they got a grandma, grandpa, mom, dad maybe needing something new for their home. If you're needing to do something like that, come by, see us. We'll set it up for delivery even right before Christmas if you want to make it a Christmas present. We do have our Black November pricing going on right now, and it's a great time to get a good deal on something. We got up to 24 months of 0% going on also through the 26th. So be a good time to buy that new Christmas present and have it delivered between now and Christmas.
All right. Sounds like a deal, Gerald. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye-bye. Jared Voppel, Voppel's Home Furnishing, south side of the square in McLeansboro is where you can find Voppel's Home Furnishings, and they've got all those Black Friday deals going on now. Time to check that radar weather. Partly cloudy skies today with a high 40. Tonight, clear skies, low 28. Sunshine, 52 tomorrow. For Thanksgiving Day, sunshine, high 55. Scattered showers, 52 on Friday. And for Saturday, cloudy skies with a high of 55. Overnight low was 32. Yesterday's high, 44. 52 1/100ths of an inch of rainfall here at the studios yesterday. That's all before 6 a.m. Currently, humidity at 81%. Winds from the northwest at 6 miles an hour. It makes it feel like 27. Pressure at 30.3 and holding. Partly cloudy right now and 32 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather looking very well. Nothing showing up in the entire state of Illinois nor in any of the adjoining states. It's time to get back into morning coffee.
This show amounts to nothing, and there's plenty more of it. Back now to Morning Coffee on WFIWradio.com and 104.9 FM.
Okay, this next story, I'm pretty sure is true.
Pretty sure.
It's a story that I have heard for years. So here it is. In 1967, there was a Los Angeles-based psychedelic rock band called the Strawberry Alarm Clock.
Oh, yeah.
They made it to #1 on the U.S. singles chart with their hit single, Insets and Peppermints. Now, the song is officially credited as having been written by John S. Carter and Tim Gilbert. On the record itself, like Carter Gilbert.
Yeah.
Although it was based on an instrumental idea by two of the band members, Mark Weitz and Ed King. Now, here's the story that I have heard and been told that it is true. That John S. Carter, one of the co-writers, had ties to Fairfield, Illinois, and may have actually gone to high school here. If anybody out there knows if they've heard this or whatever, and I'm going to research this with my friend Mike Mossberger down at the Wayne County Historical Museum, and we will see what we can find out about this.
All right. Maybe someone has an answer for us.
I've never heard that.
I've
never heard
I've heard that for years. And somebody just out of the blue one time said, yeah, I think there was a guy from Fairfield that may have written that song. Well, two are listed, but it was a big hit. You still hear it on all the oldie stations. Okay, guys, moving right along to one of the most important segments of this show. I have some general trivia questions for you, and I think our audience will play along too. I have 10 questions. I think that you will hit 50% today.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay.
Is that pressure or not?
I don't think so. Bring it on.
How many U.S. states border the Gulf of Mexico?
5.
You are exactly right.
Yep. Name them.
Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas,
Georgia.
Okay. What is the name of the world's...
No, Georgia doesn't border the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, it doesn't? No, it doesn't. Not Georgia. Mississippi. Alabama.
Yep.
Alabama.
Okay.
What is the name of the world's highest waterfall?
It's in Africa. I know that, but I don't. It's not.
It's
Frostbite Falls.
Is it in the country of South America?
Yes, it is. And I have the name of the country.
Frostbite Falls.
It's in Venezuela, South America.
I have no idea what it's called.
It's in the country of Venezuela in South America. It is called Angel Falls.
Okay.
What is the official language of Australia? Come on, guys. Think the obvious.
English?
No. No, it is English. It's English.
All right.
Trickery.
What is the...
we were all thinking trick question.
Yeah.
Here's a tricky one. Could be. What is the smallest country in the world? I knew this.
The Vatican.
You're right.
That's right.
It's officially called Vatican City Population. That's what it says on the internet.
Okay.
Do you know the population? 1,000. But it's considered a country.
Yep.
What planet is closest in size to our moon?
Venus.
No.
Pluto.
No.
Was Pluto a planet anymore?
Mercury.
Yes. Boy. Did you get it right then? Should I count that as a correct one?
I think so.
I think we should count that as half one.
All right.
Because I said Venus
half.
first.
So right now you have 3.5. What two letters are both symbols for 1,000?
Both the letters,
Yeah,
symbols for 1,000?
There are two letters that are both symbols for 1,000.
Is it L?
No.
K?
Yes. K is one.
And
I was thinking Roman numerals.
K and...
There's a carpet store in Fairfield by the name of it.
M?
Yes, K and M. I'm going to give you...
I was thinking D.
I'm going to give you a half there.
So I got 4. We got 4 out of 10 now.
And you have 4 more chances to get one right. Good luck, ladies. What unit of measure do you multiply by .39 to convert it to inches?
The centimeter.
Yes.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Well done,
so
Mark.
1, 2, 3. Okay, guys.
Mark's on fire.
You've got what I expected.
All right.
These last 3 could be ugly.
All right.
What method of underwater detection is short for sound navigation?
Sonar.
Sonar.
Yeah, that was a gimme. I was trying to freak you out. You got 6. What's short for binary digit? Binary digit in quotes. What's short for that? Instead of saying binary digit, what would you say?
Bits.
Bit. Very good. Whoa. Last question. What century did mathematicians first use plus and minus signs? Everybody knows this.
I'm going to say the 13th.
I'm going to say the 14th.
Wrong. 16th. But
Okay.
you, as they say, you done well.
We passed.
Hey,
did
guys.
One.
Yeah.
Good. I'm less stressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10. 70%. That's still failing in high school, isn't it?
No, it is not.
You don't fail. It's you're causing me to be stressed.
You don't fail at 70%.
I took Algebra 2 as a junior in high school, or rather, it took me. And I was doing extremely poorly. And my final grade in the class was a D minus minus. And the teacher said, and I passed, I didn't get an F. He says, I gave you that because you signed your paper. And, of course, back then, Algebra 2, sure, I'll take it. My friends were going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't do well in it, but I think I had some fun. So what else is going on? We've got had the Thanksgiving service last night.
Mm-hmm.
If you can help out. Oh, we found out on the food basket. The lady called about the food baskets.
Right.
It's December 8th at the Midwest Food Facility, which is, where the police station is on Leniger Road?
Right.
South of there, near the old Southwest, or near the current Southwest baseball parks. And that's where it is on Saturday, December 8th. So that's where you can go. And hopefully they have to raise $2,500. And if you want to make a donation, you can drop it off at the clothesline. They'd be happy to accept it.
All right.
We'll do it again on
tomorrow.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yep.
Hey, I won't be here, but everybody have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thanks,
See ya.
Ken. Thanks.
My pleasure.